Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not just about stamina, not just about the body, and not even just about the night. It is about energy, real energy, the kind that wakes your mind before your alarm rings, the kind that makes your eyes shine, the kind that makes people ask what changed about you. Most people today are not tired because they worked too hard. They are tired because they live disconnected from their own biology. You see, the human body was not designed to collapse at 35. It was not designed to feel exhausted after a single day. It was not designed to fear intimacy, avoid closeness, or lose passion. Your body was designed for vitality. In ancient villages across Africa, elders could walk miles under the sun, work the land, laugh loudly, and still return home at night with presence, strength, and connection. They did not depend on pills. They did not depend on stimulants. They depended on something modern society has forgotten: circulation. Oxygen, natural fuel, energy is not created by caffeine. Energy is created by cells. Every cell in your body is like a tiny engine. And every engine needs three things: blood, nutrients, and oxygen. When blood flow slows, life slows. When oxygen drops, passion drops. When nutrients are missing, confidence disappears. So when a person says, "I feel weak, I feel drained, I get tired quickly," they are not describing age. They are describing a system that has been neglected. Your heart is a pump, your lungs are bellows. Your blood vessels are highways, and your hormones are messengers. If the highways are blocked, the message never arrives. That is why true stamina is never built in a single moment. It is built every morning you wake up and move your body. It is built every time you choose water over sugar. It is built when you step into sunlight instead of screens. It is built when you breathe deeply instead of shallowly. The secret is simple. The body rewards what you repeat. When you eat living foods, fruits, nuts, seeds, roots, you are not just eating calories. You are feeding mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells. When they are active, your energy is stable. When they are weak, your entire life feels heavy. When you walk, stretch, and circulate your blood, you are not exercising. You are reminding your body you are alive, and something powerful happens. Your posture changes, your confidence rises. Your focus sharpens, your relationships deepen. Because real stamina is not about proving something to others. It is about feeling fully present in your own body. Imagine waking up with clarity. Imagine moving through your day without afternoon crashes. Imagine entering the night with calm strength instead of fatigue. This is not a fantasy. This is physiology. Your body wants to heal. Your body wants to perform. Your body wants to serve you. But it will only do so if you serve it first. Start small, walk 20 minutes daily, drink more water than sugar, sleep before midnight, breathe deeply for 5 minutes every morning. Eat food that grew, not food that was manufactured. Do this consistently, and you will not need motivation anymore. You will feel momentum, because once your energy returns, your confidence returns. When confidence returns, courage appears. When courage appears, your life expands. So tonight, do not promise yourself change Sunday. Stand up after this message. Drink a glass of water, step outside, move your body. Choose one habit that respects your life and begin immediately. Your future vitality is not waiting next year. It is waiting on the other side of your next decision. Start today, start now, and refuse to live tired ever again. Before you even speak, before you shake a hand, before anyone hears your name, people feel you. Not your words, not your clothes, your energy. Have you ever noticed how one person walks into a room and suddenly everyone looks up? No announcement, no introduction, yet attention shifts, and another person enters quietly and somehow disappears into the background even while standing in the center. What is the difference? It is not money. It is not height. It is not beauty. It is vitality. Your energy introduces you long before your voice does. Your eyes either shine or they don't, your posture either rises or collapses, your steps either carry certainty or hesitation. The world reads your internal state in seconds, and it reacts accordingly. Here is the hook. People do not respond to who you say you are. They respond to what your body is broadcasting. When your energy is low, even simple tasks feel difficult. Conversations feel heavy. Decisions feel confusing. You overthink, you delay, you doubt yourself. Not because you lack intelligence, but because fatigue steals clarity. A tired brain cannot be a confident brain. Think about the days when you felt strong, you spoke clearly. You laughed easily, you looked people in the eye, you did not chase approval because you naturally carried presence. That was not luck, that was biology working in your favor. Energy is your real reputation. If your body is nourished, hydrated, and rested, your mind becomes sharper. Your reactions become faster. Your patience becomes longer. Suddenly you handle stress better, you communicate better, and you trust yourself more. Confidence is not created by motivation speeches. It is created by internal power. Here is another hook. Low energy creates negative thoughts. High energy creates brave decisions. Many people think they have a personality problem. They say, I am shy, I am lazy, I lack confidence. But often they are not lacking character, they are lacking fuel. The brain consumes enormous energy. When it is deprived, it protects itself by avoiding effort, avoiding risk, and avoiding challenge. That is why when your energy rises, your identity seems to change. You become more social, more productive, more optimistic. You do not force positivity, you experience it naturally. Notice something powerful. After deep sleep, sunlight exposure, hydration, and movement, your mood lifts without anyone motivating you. That is because emotions are not only psychological, they are physiological. Your body chemistry shapes your personality expression. People are attracted to energy because energy signals life. Throughout human history, strong vitality meant capability, reliability, and safety. Your nervous system still recognizes this instinctively. When you carry energy, people trust you more, listen to you more, and remember you more. Here is the real truth. You are not only living your life, you are transmitting it. Your facial expressions, your tone, your focus, your enthusiasm, they are signals. When your inner battery is empty, you unconsciously send messages of doubt and hesitation. When your inner battery is full, you send signals of certainty and direction. You do not chase respect. Respect comes toward vitality, and the most powerful realization is this: your energy is not fixed. It is built daily. Each glass of water, each step you walk, each hour you sleep, each real food you eat is not a small action. It is a vote for the person you are becoming. Because in the end, people may forget what you said, but they will never forget how your presence made them feel, and that feeling always begins with the energy you carry inside your own body. Motivation feels powerful in the moment, but habits are what change your life. Have you ever promised yourself, starting tomorrow, everything will be different? You felt the fire, you felt the excitement, you imagined the new version of yourself, and then, 3 days later, you were back to the same routine. Not because you are weak, not because you lack discipline, but because intensity fades, systems remain. Here is the hook. Your body does not respond to what you do occasionally. It responds to what you repeat consistently. One healthy meal will not transform you. One workout will not sculpt you. One early night of sleep will not fully restore you. The body is not impressed by random effort. It is programmed for patterns. Every day, your habits are casting votes. Not for what you want, but for who you are becoming. When you wake up and reach for your phone immediately, you are training your brain for distraction. When you wake up and breathe deeply for 5 minutes, you are training your nervous system for control. When you skip movement, you teach your muscles to weaken. When you move daily, you teach them to adapt and grow stronger. The body listens quietly. It records everything. Here is something most people ignore. Consistency builds identity. If you run once, you feel proud for a day. If you run 3 times a week for months, you begin to see yourself as a runner. And once identity shifts, behavior becomes automatic. This is why daily habits are more powerful than rare bursts of motivation. Motivation is emotional. Habits are neurological. Each repeated action strengthens neural pathways in your brain. The more you repeat something, the easier it becomes. What felt difficult at first becomes natural. What felt forced becomes automatic. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not debate it every morning. You do not need inspiration. It is part of who you are. Imagine if hydration, movement, stretching, reading, and sleeping early became that automatic. Your life would transform without constant internal battles. Here is another hook. Small actions done daily defeat giant goals done rarely. Most people aim too big and act too little. They set extreme goals, exhaust themselves, and quit. The body thrives on gradual adaptation. 10 minutes of walking every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. 1 liter of water daily is more powerful than drinking heavily only when you feel thirsty. 30 minutes earlier to bed every night is more effective than 1 perfect night of sleep. The body rewards rhythm. Look at nature. The sun rises daily, the heart beats continuously, the lungs breathe without stopping. Life itself is sustained through repetition. Why would your transformation be any different? There is also a psychological power in daily wins. When you keep promises to yourself repeatedly, self-trust grows, and when self-trust grows, confidence becomes stable. You stop relying on mood. You rely on routine, and here is the uncomfortable truth. If you do not design your habits will design you. Scroll daily and distraction becomes your default. Snack daily on processed food and fatigue becomes normal. Sleep late daily and exhaustion becomes your identity, but reverse it. Move daily and strength becomes normal. Hydrate daily and clarity becomes normal. Read daily and growth becomes normal. The magic is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is built in ordinary mornings and ordinary evenings. It is built in the decision to repeat the right action even when no one is watching. Because transformation is never an event. It is a pattern repeated long enough that your body has no choice but to adapt. Stand up right now and roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest slightly. Take 1 deep breath. Feel that. That subtle shift, that is not imagination. That is circulation changing your state in real time. Here is the hook. A still body creates a stuck mind. A moving body creates a powerful mind. Most people underestimate movement. They think it is about weight loss, appearance, or fitness trends. But movement is far deeper than that. Movement is communication. When you move your body, you send a message to your brain. We are alive, we are active, we are capable. And the brain responds accordingly. When circulation increases, oxygen reaches your brain faster. Nutrients are delivered more efficiently. Hormones begin to balance. Stress chemicals reduce. Clarity rises. It is biological, not motivational. Have you ever noticed how your worst thoughts come when you are lying down scrolling endlessly, slouched over, barely breathing deeply? And have you noticed how your thinking becomes clearer after a walk outside, after stretching, after even a short burst of movement? That is not coincidence. Here is another hook. Confidence is not just a mindset. It is a blood flow pattern. When circulation is poor, your hands feel cold, your posture collapses, your breathing becomes shallow. Your nervous system shifts towards stress and survival. In that state, you hesitate, you doubt, you overanalyze. Because your body is not signaling strength, it is signaling conservation. But when you move, walk briskly, stretch fully, breathe deeply, blood begins to pump with force. Your heart rate increases slightly. Oxygen floods your brain. Suddenly your thoughts sharpen. Your voice strengthens. Your posture lifts naturally without force. Movement transforms chemistry. There is a reason athletes often appear confident even outside their sport. It is not magic, it is circulation. Their bodies are used to oxygen, rich blood flow. Their nervous systems are trained to handle increased heart rate without panic. Their brains associate movement with power, not fear. Now here is the deeper truth. Sedentary living slowly steals self-belief. When you sit for hours daily, your muscles weaken. When muscles weaken, posture declines. When posture declines, breathing becomes shallow. When breathing becomes shallow, oxygen drops. When oxygen drops, mental clarity decreases. When clarity decreases, doubt increases. It is a chain reaction, but reverse the chain. Walk daily and muscles activate. Activated muscles support upright posture. Upright posture improves lung expansion. Better lung expansion increases oxygen intake. More oxygen improves brain performance. Improved brain performance strengthens decision making. Do you see the pattern? Movement is not about looking strong. It is about feeling capable from the inside out. Even 5 minutes can change your state. Try doing 20 push-ups or squats. Notice how your heart beats stronger. Notice how your awareness sharpens. Notice how hesitation decreases slightly. That is circulation influencing perception. Here is the hook that most ignore. If you want courage, increase blood flow. If you want focus, increase oxygen. If you want presence, move your body. Your ancestors walked miles daily. They lifted, carried, climbed, and bent. Their bodies were designed for motion. Modern life has reduced movement to convenience, elevators instead of stairs, cars instead of walking, chairs instead of standing. And slowly, vitality declines, but the body is forgiving. It adapts quickly when challenged consistently. When you choose daily movement, you are not only strengthening muscles, you are strengthening your relationship with your own capacity. You begin to trust that your body can handle effort, and when your body feels capable, your mind follows. Because deep inside, your brain constantly asks one question: are we strong enough to face what's ahead? And movement answers that question without words. Look at your last meal for a moment, not the taste, the consequence, because every bite you take is not just feeding hunger, it is programming your body. Here is the hook. Food is not entertainment, food is instruction. The moment you swallow, your body begins listening. Your stomach breaks it down, your bloodstream absorbs it, and your cells react. Within minutes, your energy level, your focus, and even your mood start shifting. That sudden sleepiness after heavy processed food, that calm clarity after fresh, simple meals, those are not accidents. They are biological responses. Most people think they eat with their mouth. In reality, they eat with their cells. Your brain alone consumes about 20% of your daily energy. If the fuel is unstable, your thinking becomes unstable. If the fuel is clean, your mind becomes clear. That is why some days you feel sharp and patient, and other days irritated and slow without any obvious reason. Here is another hook. Your cravings are often created by what you fed yesterday. Highly processed foods are designed for immediate pleasure but poor performance. They flood your bloodstream with rapid sugar. Your body reacts by releasing insulin to control it. The spike gives short excitement. The crash steals your stamina. You feel energetic for a moment, then suddenly drained, distracted, and restless, and you think you need coffee. But often you need better fuel. Natural foods release energy slowly. Fruits hydrate and supply natural sugars with fiber. Nuts and seeds provide sustained fuel. Vegetables deliver minerals your nerves require to function properly. Water supports every chemical reaction in your body. When you eat real food, your energy becomes steady instead of explosive and collapsing. The body loves simplicity. Have you noticed how heavy meals make you sleepy? That is because your body redirects blood flow toward digestion. If digestion is difficult, greasy, overprocessed, overloaded, your brain receives less oxygen temporarily. You feel lazy not because you lack ambition, but because your body is busy repairing the damage. Food affects emotions too. Low quality nutrition can increase irritability, anxiety, and mental fog. Balanced meals stabilize blood sugar, and stable blood sugar stabilizes mood. Suddenly you respond instead of reacting, you listen instead of snapping, you think instead of panicking. Here is the deeper hook. Many people are not emotionally exhausted. They are nutritionally exhausted. Your muscles need amino acids, your nerves need minerals, your brain needs healthy fats, your blood needs hydration. When one is missing, performance drops. Even dehydration alone can reduce concentration and cause headaches and fatigue. Many people walk through their day tired, assuming stress is the cause, when in reality their cells simply lack water. The body is intelligent but literal. It cannot build strength from empty calories. It cannot create stable hormones from chemical substitutes. It cannot maintain endurance on constant sugar spikes. Every meal is a message: I am supporting my life, or I am draining my life, and the body keeps a record. Eat nourishing food repeatedly, and your energy stabilizes, your skin improves, your sleep deepens, your focus sharpens. Eat poorly repeatedly, and fatigue becomes normal, even though it was never natural. Your future strength is not built in a gym first. It is built on your plate several times every single day. Because the quality of your fuel quietly becomes the quality of your thoughts, your movement, your patience, your endurance, and ultimately the quality of how you experience your own life. You think you are resting when you sleep, but your body is actually working harder than you realize. Here is the hook. Sleep is not a pause in your life. Sleep is where your life is repaired. During the night, while your eyes are closed and the world is silent, an invisible shift begins. Your brain organizes memories. Your muscles rebuild tiny fibers damaged during the day. Your hormones rebalance. Your immune system strengthens. What you call rest is actually reconstruction, and when you cut sleep short, you interrupt the repair. Have you ever noticed how everything feels heavier after a poor night of sleep? Small problems feel big. Simple tasks feel difficult. You lose patience faster. You forget details. That is not weakness. That is chemistry. Your brain did not receive enough time to reset. Here is another hook. Fatigue does not only make you tired. Fatigue changes your decisions. When you are sleep deprived, your brain seeks quick rewards. Sugary food looks more appealing. Discipline weakens, motivation fades, you promise yourself productivity, yet your body pulls you toward comfort because it is trying to conserve energy. You blame yourself for lack of willpower, but your biology is simply exhausted. Inside your brain, certain chemicals control focus, mood, and alertness. During deep sleep, these chemicals reset to balanced levels. Without enough sleep, they remain disrupted. You wake up, but your nervous system never fully recovered. Your reaction time slows, your concentration drops. Your confidence lowers because your mind feels foggy. You second guess not because you lack intelligence, but because your brain has not finished restoring its clarity. Here is the deeper realization. You don't wake up with energy. You wake up with the energy you prepared the night before. Late night screens, bright lights, and overstimulation trick your brain into believing it is still daytime. Your body delays releasing melatonin, the hormone that signals true sleep. You may lie down for hours, but the quality is shallow. Your body rests lightly instead of deeply. Deep sleep is where real restoration happens. That is when growth hormone is released. Muscles repair, cells regenerate, even your skin renews itself. Your body detoxifies waste products accumulated during the day. Without this stage, fatigue builds quietly over time. You might manage one day with little sleep. You might even manage a week. But the body keeps count. Eventually you feel constantly drained even after resting. That is accumulated sleep debt. Your body has not been lazy. It has been waiting for enough time to heal. Notice how after one truly good night's sleep, your mood improves automatically. Conversations feel easier, you think faster, you feel calmer, nothing outside changed, yet everything inside shifted. Because restoration fuels performance, here is the powerful hook. People chase energy with stimulants when they should chase recovery. Coffee can mask tiredness, sugar can briefly excite the brain, but neither rebuilds neurons, repairs muscles, or balances hormones. Only proper sleep does that. It is the foundation under every form of stamina, mental, emotional, and physical. Protecting your sleep is protecting tomorrow's strength. Going to bed earlier is not losing time, it is investing in capacity. The hours you gain in clarity, patience, and endurance repay the night many times over. Your body does not ask for luxury. It asks for darkness, quiet, and consistency. Give it those, and it begins restoring the power you thought you had lost. Everyone wants freedom. Financial freedom, emotional freedom, physical freedom. But very few people realize where freedom actually begins. Here is the hook. Freedom is not created by comfort. Freedom is created by discipline. At first, discipline feels restrictive. Waking early when you want to sleep, choosing water when you crave sugar, walking when you feel lazy. It feels like you are denying yourself. Your mind whispers, relax today, start tomorrow. And tomorrow repeats the same story, but look deeper. Every time you delay action, you are not choosing comfort. You are choosing future limitation, because habits never stay neutral. They either strengthen you or weaken you. Another hook. Easy choices now create hard lives later. Hard choices now create easy lives later. When you ignore your health daily, your body slowly loses energy. When energy drops, productivity drops. When productivity drops, opportunities shrink. When opportunities shrink, stress grows. You feel trapped not by fate, but by accumulated small decisions. Discipline interrupts that cycle. The first days are uncomfortable. Your body resists. Your mind negotiates. You feel resistance because you are changing patterns your brain has memorized. The brain prefers familiarity over improvement. Even harmful habits feel normal because they are repeated, but something powerful happens when you continue anyway. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-respect, not confidence, self-respect. Confidence is how you feel. Self-respect is what you know about yourself. You begin to trust your own words when you say, I will wake up early, and you actually do it. Your mind registers reliability. And reliability creates inner freedom, because the real prison is not lack of money or opportunity. It is lack of control over your own actions. When you cannot control your habits control your future. Here is the deeper hook. Discipline reduces stress. At first this sounds strange, effort seems stressful. But undisciplined living creates constant anxiety. Late nights create rushed mornings. Poor diet creates low energy. Low energy creates unfinished tasks. Unfinished tasks create mental pressure. Your day feels chaotic. Routine removes chaos. When you exercise regularly, your body becomes predictable. When you sleep consistently, your mind becomes clear. When you eat properly, your energy stabilizes. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. The discomfort of discipline is temporary. The comfort it produces is permanent. Think about someone who avoids effort. They feel relief today but struggle tomorrow. Bills, health, fatigue, and regret slowly accumulate. Compare that to someone who accepts short-term discomfort. They wake earlier, move daily, learn daily. At first it looks harder, but months later, their life becomes lighter. Why? Because discipline compounds. Small repeated actions multiply. 10 minutes of reading daily becomes knowledge. A daily walk becomes endurance. One healthy meal becomes a stronger body. The effect is invisible in the beginning, but undeniable over time. Here is the strongest hook. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you free. You no longer depend on mood. You no longer wait for inspiration. You act because it is part of who you are, and when your actions are consistent, your results become predictable. You wake with energy, you think with clarity, you handle pressure calmly, opportunities increase because you are prepared when they arrive. What once felt difficult becomes normal. You realize discipline was never punishment. It was a tool, a quiet structure that slowly removed weakness, hesitation, and self-doubt from your life and replaced them with stability, strength, and control over your direction every single day.